Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for July 10th to the 16th. This is for Aquarius, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Aquarius. I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, hanging out on my sofa, drinking iced tea, rather than a general spread. I also use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your readings. Now, Aquarius, this week is an interesting week. Things are going to get fired up for y'all. I love it. First things first. What happened for y'all last week? I'm curious. We had that full moon in Capricorn. It was in your 12th house, okay? So this is the subconscious. This is your intuition. This is, you could have had some like really, really like, pay attention to me kind of dreams. Like, so pay attention to them, all right? This is, there could have been some activity around there. Now, the reason I bring this up is because we're kicking off this week with an interesting day. All right, we'll call it interesting. This is Monday. Okay, Mercury's going to oppose Pluto. Now, this is one of those days where it can be kind of explosive, but remember, Mercury is a planet of communication, the messenger, right? So there could be some heated conversations, arguments, maybe not seeing eye to eye with someone, maybe some power struggles as well. Remember, Pluto is a very powerful planet. Now, the reason why I brought up the full moon in Capricorn is because y'all are possibly still feeling it. Pluto is currently in Capricorn. All right, so again, there could be, but then you have to remember we're in Cancer season, and that's in your 6th house. And so, first of all, y'all have been really busy. I'm not gonna lie, Aquarians have been very busy lately. All right, that's your everyday sector. But there could be something that comes up around this time. Keep in mind when these aspects happen, it peaks on Monday, but you know, it could happen on Sunday. It could happen, you know, the day after. But just always remember to keep your gratitude high, keep your energy high. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. But it is one of those days. I've been saying in the other readings, it's like Darth Vader having a staring contest with Darth Vader. Okay, no one's budging. All right, and it's not a day where it's just like you know, they're like Snoopy's running around. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Keep your energies high. There could be some words exchanged. It is one of those days. You know, Pluto is the ruling planet for Scorpio. We're talking about the 8th house here, and so it is one of those days where there could be some secrets that come out. You may hear about some secrets. You might tell some secrets. There may be some things that are said that you may regret, that the other person may regret. So it's just one of those days. So just, you know, always just be aware, okay? Be aware, and, you know, just be very, you know, be cool about this situation should it arise. You know, it's one of those days, but Aquarians, again, Pluto is in your 12th house. So a lot of it could just be like you having this moment like almost like internally that's just like, what's going on, right? And you could get mad at yourself about something that you have said or that you do or that you did, but at the end of the day, I just want you to be good, okay? I just want you to be good on this day, on Monday. It is one of those days that it is like something that you've been wanting to get off your chest, just like it's gonna come out now. Now, the reason why this is going to affect you and why I'm harping on this is because Mars is entering Virgo on the 11th. So the day after, Mars is finally leaving Leo, moving into Virgo, which is a little bit more like we're you know, a little bit more grounded now. And think about Virgo, it's very analytical, very detail oriented. It's also just, you know, it's almost like everything that you're doing. Remember, Mars is the planet of action and ambition and drive. Everything that you're working toward, it's almost like you have like this eagle eye now. Everything has to be perfect. And but the reason why I'm mentioning this is because Mars Mars in Virgo is in your 8th house, okay? And so this is linking up to Pluto, all right, which rules the 8th house, all right? So keep that in mind. This is all about transformation. Your life is changing. Your life is changing, okay? If you saw your July forecast, that's what this month is, all right? It's people are going to feel changes in their life in a good way. It's all about being liberated, really, really matters of the heart. Now, speaking of matters of the heart, on the same day, Mercury's moving into Leo, okay? And so Mercury is leaving Cancer, moving into Leo, which is, again, very fiery. So it's just like, boom, it's being a lot more bold. It's being like, I need to be heard, and I'm gonna be heard, like that kind of energy. All right, so a lot of this, remember, Venus and Leo is in your 7th house of partnerships, so love or career. Now Mercury entering it, so again, whatever happens on Monday, it could be around partnerships as well. All right, more career related is a message that's coming out for me, is like more could be something that has to do with your job or something that you're passionate about, your passions. But a lot of it, Aquarians are going to feel it resonate with partnerships as well. But it's all, every Aquarius is different. Everyone's got a different birth chart. Obviously, Aquarius risings with these aspects are going to feel a lot more than Aquariuses, but all Aquarians are going to feel this. Now, but Mercury in Leo isn't a bad thing. It's really just like being bold and speaking, like very passionate, and like having confidence in the way that you speak and communicating things at this point, and just kind of like thinking things through in a logically way, right? With Mars and Virgo, that analytical. I've said in your July forecast, like all these planets are retrograde. Okay, so it's like a window to the past. All right, but it's a window to the past. So think about that and how that's going to influence your future and how it's influencing you now. All right, the decisions that you're going to make, the changes that you want to make in your life for the better. All right, so I actually love that for you. And then on Friday, the Sun is sextile Uranus. That is amazing. Uranus is one of your ruling planets. This is absolutely amazing. And then remember, Uranus is in your 4th house right now. Okay, that's home. That's domestic matters. That's relationships. That's family, children, and even your home. Okay, so you could get surprising news, wonderful news, or wonderful things that happen around the home around this time. Okay, so it could be maybe the house that you've been wanting to buy, you finally get it, and you get the surprise call, or maybe you find out that's your I don't know, you are moving to Venus or wherever, it's just think of it as something surprising, but surprising for the better. All right, it's a fun surprise and it's a good surprise. So that said, Aquarius, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for July 10th to the 16th. This is again for Aquarius, Sun and Rising. And if you want to read for your Moon, your Venus, all those other placements, you are absolutely welcome to. If you want more clarity, insight into what's going on right now astrologically, and if you know your birth chart. Okay, so I'll stop talking. Let's go ahead and get started. Aquarius, like I said earlier, I do a traditional culture cross spread. It really does bring the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Aquarius, you are amazing. I honestly, next week is going to be a really big week. And it's funny because I've done a lot of readings at this point, and everything is really ramping up to next week. It's really, really big, and it's happening in your spread too. So very excited for you. So let's see. You got the 201s, all right? So a lot of y'all are in this planning phase, okay? You're in this planning phase. It's almost like you're ready to... one thing that's coming up is some Aquarians have had to make some decisions already. Big ones, okay? And some of y'all have already decided and moved into another, started something new, okay? Something big that's already a message coming through. But, you see the man here with the world in his hand, okay? So he's standing at the highest point of the castle. This is good. It's planning your next step. It's strategy, all right? It's strategy. It's honestly... not really like doing anything more than that. All right, Mars in Virgo is really helpful right now. It's really, again, very good, and the fact that Mars in Virgo is in your eighth house of transformation and death and rebirth, it really does show that there is changes happening, okay, and you're moving toward it, especially because here we go, you got the Eight of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. All right, so I really love this for you. I feel like this happened last time, or last month, but the Eight of Pentacles, this is you just wanting to get to the finish line. This is you, but not like, it's not like in a rush. It's almost like this new is the thing that you're planning, or this new thing that you've come into, whatever it is, your passions are in, again, a lot of career energy here, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're happy, you want to get to the finish line. You just want to work toward your legacy is what it is. All right, and you'll be patient enough to do it, and you have that passion to do it. Okay, you have the wisdom, you have everything that you need. All right, he is very hardworking. This is a very great card. One thing I'm going to point out is, one thing, everything in tarot is, all the cards are very significant. They're there for a reason. And I'm going to point out this wooden stool. Gosh, I always feel like I'm like getting deja vu when I do your readings, but this wooden stool, when they're sitting on a wooden stool, it just means it's temporary. All right, so you're good, you're absolutely good. And even though it is pentacles, it's money and it's wealth, it doesn't necessarily, if that doesn't resonate with you, it really is, pentacles are earthbound. So think about your physical reality. It's like, is it a relationship that you're working toward? There's like, you working toward getting married or moving in with one another. Is it, a passion project of yours? Is it something with a family member? Is it you spiritually? So ask yourself, what is it that you want to invest all this time in, where you want to just, hit that point of nirvana and just like, oh yes, this is amazing. I love it. I love that I'm here. Now, you did get the Wheel of Fortune in your challenge area. So this week, some of y'all are going to feel that there's two things here. One, this card is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, and remember what I said, it's in your fourth house of family. So there is going to be a sense of there's something that does happen at home, or with your home, or with your family, or with children or parents or whatnot, where it's almost like there's gonna be, it's like you have to continue working on it to move into this next cycle. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. It's like there's unfinished business there. All right, there's something that's got to be, you got to work on. All right, in order to move into this next chapter or next cycle that you're seeking, or even if you're not aware of it, it's just like have that awareness or awareness, right? It's a word I made up. Awareness and clarity smushed together, but have that awareness. Think about that this week too. If nothing comes up, what is it with my parents or my children or my siblings or whatnot, or my home or my relationship, where there is this sense of like there's you gotta work on this, and then we can move on to this next step. All right, so the second thing is, some of y'all are just gonna feel like a little burnt out, I'm not gonna lie, this week. All right, so that's don't work too hard. Okay, don't work too hard, because there is going to be a sense of some Aquarians are going to be did I say it earlier, y'all have been working hard, it's in your chart. So it's just, and I'm an Aquarius, so if you're new to my channel, I'm an Aquarius, so I really get what's going on with Aquarians, but I also trust my guides when messages come through. So the one thing is like you'll miss it. Okay, you'll miss that. If you're working too hard, you'll miss all those other opportunities, is the biggest message coming through. Okay, so it's good to be laser focused. It's good to, and then Mars in Virgo is going to do that. It's going to really put you in the zone, but don't have that balance. Okay, don't like put 99% into just like being lazy. Bring everything else in. if you know there are other things, like if you have been, even if you haven't seen friends for a long time, right? Like, go have a coffee date, or go have brunch with them, or if there's, I don't know, you're really into the show The Witcher, treat yourself, just watch one episode, because it seems like there's a lot of just like in the zone, okay? And you could be in your head a lot this week too. Now, you did get the devil, all right? You got the devil in your crown. So, the speaking of being in your head, all right, because the devil is ruled by Capricorn, and then remember, that's in your 12th house, okay? So Pluto in your 12th house too, and so a lot of this, and this is all about, it really does is rule the subconscious. When you think about, conscious, subconscious, superconscious, it's, mind, body, soul, it's all of that. But the devil, think about your subconscious first of all. That's where, like, it stores your memories, right? So fears and doubts and what everything that the devil wants you to, all those negative or low energy frequencies, right? So remember what I said, just be aware this week, just be aware of things, okay? That's your conscious, all right? So the devil came up in your crown. This is saying there is something that you may be thinking about that is well, two things. Like, you just may be like so in the zone about something, you're missing other things that even like just things that that you need to see, okay? Or people that you need to see, or just other parts of your life, or you may be neglecting areas of it. So second thing is that there could be something that's on your mind right now that's holding you back, okay? And it could be a sense of something that is really it's hard to let it go, all right? And it can be something that has to do with what happens on Monday, or it could be something that happened around that full moon, or it could be even further back, because the devil is always associated with trauma, all right? There's always those traumas that come up with the devil, remember, in the subconscious. So trauma, by the way, it doesn't happen to you, it happens inside you, all right? So that's why it's always associated with the devil, because think about when you were even a child, remember, everything's stored in your subconscious, right? And so when you were a child, there's two fundaments, right, that when you're growing up, even through your formative years, it's like that it's authenticity and it's attachment, okay? Now, when you have the devil, it can be, addictions, it can be vices, it can be, maybe like ways of thinking that are just not, like, maybe pessimistic ways of thinking. But it's those kind of energies that you become attached to, okay? So you still have that attachment, but you lose your authenticity. And so I don't want you to do that, because you're Aquarius. You were so all about, like, being the individual and being unique. So keep that in mind, okay? Just keep that in mind. Let's try to avoid that devil energy. Let's try to, have that attachment with something that is more like positive and, just more you, right? Just more you. And the other thing that's coming up is that there could be a sense of just a lot of worry and doubt. Again, the devil really is more like a trap, and it's like he's like an energy vampire, sucking all this energy out of you. So you could be working a lot, and it could be sucking all this energy out of you. So that's why, just be aware of it. If you are working a lot, if you are neglecting, like, a relationship or your children, or your back garden, or, do you know what I mean? Like, just have that awareness this week. But we do want to avoid that devil energy. Now, you did get the Seven of Pentacles in the root of your spread, so it is definitely like crossroads here. Like, okay, how do I even explain this? Y'all are, something's gonna change this week. Just gonna put it out there, okay? Something's gonna change this week. I want it for it to change for the better, okay? With the devil in your crown, it could be something that's really hard. It could be something that's really deeply subconscious that you need to, take time unrooting, but something is going to change. But I feel that it's going to be a positive change, okay? The Seven of Pentacles, sure, this is someone who has worked hard. Look at him. I mean, look at him. He's exhausted. He's worked really hard to get to where he's at. All right. He's worked really hard to get where he's at. And be very proud of yourself. I say it all the time. Like, be very proud of yourself, of how far you've come. Remember, Saturn was in your sign for 3 years, right? So be very proud of how far you've come and where you're at now. But it looks like there is going to be a moment of pause this week. Have that moment of clarity, awareness of this moment. Okay, be in the now. That's what enlightenment is. It's the now. All right, so just have that moment this week, and everything, all those answers, everything that you've been missing will come to you. Okay, lastly, you got the Hanged Man in your future. So this is why I think you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. The Hanged Man in your future. The Hanged Man is all about making sacrifices and surrendering those things no longer serve you well. Things that have not been working for you. Things that you know are just like, okay, time to let this go. Bye, 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 right? Who is that? In Sync? Anyway, Hanged Man, when you make that surrender, when you really make that sacrifice to just those things that don't, again, no longer serve you well, you can move into this next chapter. You can move into this next cycle. Okay, he's actually, he's hanged himself upside down, and that is the key phrase. He did this to himself. Okay, and he did it in such a dramatic way because he wants to look at the world in a new way. He needs this new perspective. You do see he has a halo around his head, smile on his face, so that is all about you moving forward with this new perspective, a new outlook on certain parts of your life. Like, this is why you have to just kind of like zoom out for a bit and then just have this kind of like bird's eye view of where am I at now, and why am I look like a zombie, and where do I want to move, like how do I want to, like, moving forward, what is going to bring me closer to my path to enlightenment, what is going to bring me closer to everything on my my spiritual journey, my spiritual growth, even in your physical world. Okay, think about that. You are going to be so laser focused, but it's almost like you could be just so laser focused, but in your head so much this week, it could be something that holds you back. But some of y'all may be aware of those things that are holding you back from moving forward, and that is what's holding you back, is not doing anything about what's holding you back to move forward. Wow. Deep, right? That was super deep. But I love the fact that you got the Hanged Man in your future, because the Hanged Man comes right before death. Okay, the death card, and so he's preparing himself before this big transformation that you're about to have, okay, in your life. So Aquarius, wow, that went deep. Let's get to your stuff. Aquarius, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. Team Aquarius. And so this is always, so here's the thing, y'all, those who have become members, y'all are amazing. I really appreciate it, and I want to thank you so much for doing it. It's just like, I've been saying this in every sign, and it's just been so awkward for me to like talk about this, but YouTube tutorial recommended you should talk about your membership. So I started the memberships. It really would, there's 3 tiers. It's $2 for the lowest tier, but it really would be, I would be very grateful if you were to be part of a member of the channel. And it really does help support me, because I do these readings after I have a full-time job, like an office job, so I do your readings after like an 8-hour workday, and so it really does help support, and I really want to continue doing your readings. I hope I love doing this, right? I love tarot, I love astrology, I love divination, guidance, I love all of this. So anyway, there's my spiel. There's a join button, by the way. You can see it right there. You can see the join button if you want to join, but there you go. It's that's out there now in the universe. So Aquarius, and if you're a subscriber, Oh my god, it doesn't even matter. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I love you, and I am truly grateful, and I do really appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. So let's, yeah, yeah. There's, you're gonna have to let something go. Wow. You're it's you're gonna have to let something go for sure. You did get the Two of Swords, okay? Um, for a lot of Aquarians, I'm not gonna lie, relationships will be it may be a thing for y'all, okay? And I want you to know that is both at home and in career. So what resonates with you? Someone is could be leaving you too, if then that may resonate as well. But at the end, it's a message that came through. But at the end of the day, the Two of Swords is, again, have that moment. Look at her. She has the two swords. She's blindfolded. Okay, trust your intuition. You see the moon here. All right, you see the moon. Trust your intuition. Okay, let that guide you this week, because there could be some sort of emotional decision that you do have to make. But it's all about going within. It's all about just removing yourself from, like, you being in the zone. You know what, Cancer, not Cancer, but the fact that we're in Cancer season, that is your sixth house, everyday activities. It's almost like, do you ever see that movie Groundhog Day, where he woke up and played golf? It was like the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just kind of like that. It's like you have your daily routines, and it's almost like you're on autopilot, or you could feel like you're on autopilot. This week, take a step back. Take a step back and just see, what is the thing that I want to change? Or, do you know what I mean? Like, what is the thing that I have to let go to? This card is Moon in Libra, by the way. Libra is the native ruler of the seventh house of partnership. So maybe a big thing, the decision you have to make has to do with a partnership, relationship, but hey, that's but even still, whether or not it is applies to you or not, this is still just about you. Okay, at the end of the day, it's about you. All right, opening up and being aware of anything that may be holding you back. Now, you got the Eight of Cups in your external factors area. This is a good sign. This is really good. This is absolutely good. All right, because this is moving forward. Look at him walking away from the cups. All right, so nothing's wrong with the cups, by the way. He just knows something's better for him. And then you see also an eclipse happening. You see the sliver of the moon here, and then the sliver of the moon here. So there's like double affirmation to trust your instincts, trust your intuition this week. Okay, this is a game-changing card. It came in your external factors area. Again, someone may be possibly leaving you, and it could be like a boss, it could be a colleague, it could be a neighbor, it could be someone in your a relationship, it could be someone in your family, someone who is like moving off to Chile for, or wherever, I don't even know, like Antarctica for a big job. But even still, it really is, there is something that there is going to be some movement from. There's going to be change, okay? There is going to be change, but the biggest message I'm getting, it is going to be you walking away from something that's not serving you well, all right? But you need to have that moment. Remember, you got the Wheel of Fortune in your challenger. You need to have that moment of like, what's the thing that's missing? What's the thing that needs to be worked on? What's the thing that I don't see? I need to see this so I can move into this next cycle. Now, you got the Five of Cups. So where it lands in your stuff, it is telling me that there's one of the things is that you are aware. Remember, I said that earlier. There is some of y'all who are aware of something that is holding you back, okay, or something that isn't good for you or not serving you well. But it's almost like there's a little bit of fear of moving forward because you feel like you may regret it or be disappointed about it. For a lot of Aquarians, it's just that you just don't want to be in a situation where look, you know what, let's just put it this way. Pluto is a planet of fear, okay? Pluto is asking you, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me, okay? I want you to own it, right? You don't want fear dictating anything in your life. You do not want to have fear dictate anything that you do. You don't want to make any decisions based out of fear. So it's really about trusting your intuition and not falling into this devil energy, okay? Because at the end of the day, with the Five of Cups, you know, coming up as the third card in your staff, it is like there is a little bit of fear of like maybe you may regret something, maybe you may not be trusting yourself in terms of a decision that you have to make, but you have a really deep reading, and I'm not even close to done. Wow. Well, what time is it here? Okay, I got to finish up. All right. So, Page of Wands and your final outcome. So, this is why I think that you are going to be good, all right? Because remember, you got the Hanged Man in your future, you're going to be great. Now you got the Page of Wands and your final outcome, you're going to be great. This is once you step back, once you have that awareness, you're good, okay? You're absolutely good. Pages usher in that new change, fresh new energy. They're the newbies in the royal court, okay? Wands, all that your passions, ideas, creativity, even work related. If you are here for work, okay? But at the end of the day, it's just like your passions. Remember, Venus and Leo, this is one of those months. Remember, Mercury's moving into Leo, speaking like it in a very passionate way as well. But Page of Wands, very transformative energy, okay? Something new. It's almost like embrace that newness, all right? Get cut out the old, moving into the new. That's what your entire spread here is. And if you want to clarify it, we'll clarify it. And then there you go. You have the Queen of Cups, okay? And so you'll be fine. All right. You let go, surrender all those things that's not serving you well. All those things, even if you have to go really deep subconsciously, okay? And then there you go, Queen of Cups, all this newness, something new could be coming into your life, all right? This is in your final outcome, all right? And it's something new that you can grow, all right? That's why he is in a desert landscape, all right? Because he has the power. Look at the leaves sprouting from his wand. He has the power to turn that desert landscape into this lush, verdant garden of his passions, of his creations, of anything that he chooses, okay? And then Queen of Cups right after. Okay, I absolutely love that, especially because what did I say from the very beginning? I said that the readings I've been doing this week have been ramping up for next week, okay? Next week, we kick off the week with a new moon in Cancer, okay? The Queen of Cups is Cancer. And so look at this new thing that is right there, right within reach, okay? And for a lot of Aquarians, you know what it is, okay? This new thing that you're going after, whether a passion, whether an idea that you have, or even, you know, relationships or job, whatever it is, side hustle, it's going to bring you that emotional, it's just like all that love. Self-love, big time, is a message coming through. Now, you do see that her feet are in the water, okay? She's really tuned in, all right? She is very intuitive. Remember, there's a lot of intuition energy here. And so this is someone who has like a, you know, emotional intelligence as well. She's but lastly, she's just like very loving. I say she's the Princess Diana of tarot, but and Princess Diana actually was a Cancer, right? So this is absolutely amazing, just having all that love and from this new thing that's coming into your life, or this new phase that you're moving into your life, okay? Something that you're a little bit more like passionate about, but you have to step back and just be aware of it, all right? Aquarius, I've never gone this deep in a reading before. Oh my goodness. I need an ice cream after this. Okay, so Aquarius, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, again, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And next week is a big week. Okay, next week is a big week. We have that new moon in Cancer. We have the North Node moving into Aries. Big. Remember, look at your, if you haven't looked at your monthly forecast, I talk about that, but I'll talk more about that next week. And then moving into Leo season. There's so much happening next week. It's like not even, it's so much happening. So Aquarius, thanks so much for being here. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. And thanks. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So I do greatly appreciate it and truly grateful. And it's always hard for me to end these readings. Okay. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.